Welcome back. Having plans that are aligned to budgets are important for any organization. This was a message delivered at a middle management police officers' workshop on action plan and activity-based budgets held in Jiwaka recently. The workshop was initiated by the Jiwaka Provincial Police Commander Chief Superintendent Joseph Tondop in conjunction with the police headquarters. Police officers from Jiwaka and Simbu attended this workshop. The two-day workshop ended on Friday and was closed by the Director of Corporate Plans, Chief Superintendent Riganegi. Theo Thomas reports.
Many of the 17 police officers who attended this workshop have never benefited from such a training. Tondop reminded his charges that plans have budgetary implications and plans are very important for police officers.
I've learned this skill while I was an inspector at Provo Police Station. Nobody actually taught me how to do an action plan. But I realized that, action plan was important because every time you do an action plan and you do some things, it really worked.
Officers view this workshop as very helpful, but wanted more time to be given to them. Chief Superintendent Riganegi says the plan was part of the corporate plan of the police department, but he says the plan is also useful for anyone.
Out of the action plan and the budget alignment, I see it is a very, very useful tool, and it's a way to go. And not only in policing, but like we have been saying, in your private lives, you can also do that. And if you happen to start up a business, the principle is universal.
The police department has conducted such trainings in other centers and will continue to upskill its manpower. Certificates for those who attended this workshop will be presented to them at a later date. Theo Thomas, NBC National News, Jiwaka.
The involvement of women in economic activities is essential. This was expressed during a gathering held recently by Dubu Nations. Dubu Nations is a group focused on preserving indigenous knowledge and creating economic opportunities to benefit the country. Gregory Avira reports.
The majority of the participants that turned up for the gathering were women. It is this group of the country's population that Dubu Nations believes should be given more opportunities to be actively involved in economic activities. Dubu Nations is a group focused on preserving indigenous knowledge and creating economic opportunities to benefit the country. With the deeply rooted cultural cultivation practices in the country, the group believes agriculture should be the basis for the country's economy.
That agriculture it's our backbone, and we are an agricultural society. And we are not nomads. We live in communities, in society, and we cultivate our land to support our sustenance.
Mr. Matera says the group comprises of traditional landowners who are willing to allow their land to be utilized for large-scale agricultural purposes. Gregory Avira, NBC National News, Port Moresby.
Meanwhile, the success of a pilot agriculture project in Iwalan province will now enable an expansion of rural agriculture development projects undertaken by Dubu Nations. The group's ambassador, Nicolas Matera, says the success of the pilot project will help guide future projects under its sustainable rural agriculture development model.
So presently there is a pilot project established in Kavian, Namatanai district. So that project is now matured now, it's well set. So that will be the training center that all the other people who are getting started will go in there for induction, training and management.
Turning overseas now, U.S. investigators have questioned the wife of the gunman behind the massacre at a gay-time club in Orlando. Omar Martin's wife is accused of knowing about her husband's plan for the attack, and she could face criminal charges. The bodies of the 49 victims are being returned to their families. Amid concerns, an anti-gay group is planning to protest at funerals.
These people have come here in part to support the family, but they also say that they've come to protect the mourners after a threat was made by the known hate group, the Westboro Baptist Church, that members may come to try to disrupt the funerals of some of the victims because they were gay and that their death was an act of God.
I want everyone in this community to know that we will not leave their presence unchallenged, and our LGBT community will not be without our support, our protection, and our united love.
Now, none of the Westboro Church members are here, but as you can see, many people are, and they're prepared to protect this funeral, the first of many victims. 35 of the victims have now been released to funeral homes, and all of the autopsies are complete, and that's something that's required for a homicide under US law. Donald Trump has tweeted today that he's happy to meet the NRA and that he wants to prevent people who are on terror watch lists or who have terror links from getting high-powered weapons. And the NRA has replied that it's happy to meet Donald Trump, that its policy already is that people who are on terror watch lists should have their request to buy a weapon suspended while they're investigated by the FBI.
NBC National News continues after the break. Stay with us.